Have you ever caught yourself reaching for a bad habit without even thinking about it? Like maybe it's out of stress or boredom. Guys, this is where Fume comes in. It's not about quitting. It's about replacing. Fume offers a simple way to break bad habits while still having something to reach for. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that delivers great taste without any harmful chemicals. Instead of inhaling vapors, you breathe in natural, non-toxic flavors that satisfies your cravings without the downside. Whether you're looking to keep your hands busy or you're looking to curb an urge, Fume's premium wood design is built for both flavor and function. The magnetic fidget features add an extra layer of satisfaction. My go-to flavor is crisp mint, because it's super refreshing. But Fume's got tons of different flavors, something for everyone. Over 500,000 people have already made the switch to Fume as part of their habit-changing journey. For a limited time, if you order the Journey Pack and you use my code Chael, you will get a free Fume topper. Click the link, tryfume.com/Chael. That's F-U-M. By the way, you can also just scan the QR code I put on the screen. Tim Kennedy, stolen valor, and an apology that I hope gets accepted. All right. So, Tim Kennedy has either decided to stop talking to old Chael, or he changed his phone number. I wanted to actually know, because I can't get a hold of him. But I'm a fan. I was a fan of Tim Kennedy before he ever got to the UFC. I followed Tim Kennedy in other promotions, and he was even fighting back when they did tournaments and you had to fight multiple people in one day. I was a fan. I remember telling people, hey, the most underrated fighter in the world is this guy named Tim Kennedy. I didn't know a lot about him. I was following online. I was reading about it. He was fighting in promotions that weren't even televised. And then he started getting out there, and I thought he really proved to be an incredible fighter. Look, there's a lot of victims of USADA. We had champions of the world who never won a fight again once USADA came in. We had guys who never fought again once USADA came in. But whether you like the excuse or not, it was a level playing field. So, and I remember seeing Tim fighting Roger Gracie, and it's a fight that goes to the ground, and Roger takes his back in the first round. To survive that position for the better part of 5 minutes, I don't know if I could name for you 5 guys that could do it. I'm not positive that Craig Jones or Gordon Ryan would be on that list. And they'd probably tell you the same thing just out of respect. I'm not positive that they would be. It was a very rare thing. Tim's awesome. This is my point. So when Tim leaves the sport, I'd see videos he's doing, or he'd pop on the news doing different things. And when I would see him, I would just send a message. And it goes back a couple of years since those messages stopped getting responded to, but I still follow Tim. And so it comes out today, Tim has given an apology for making a claim about a military award that he did not win. But he stated that he did. And that is so incredibly unlike something that Tim would do. Now, where this got most interesting for me is I start hearing from people from the UFC. I started hearing from people from our industry. Hey, have you talked to Tim? Have you checked on Tim? Hey, how's Tim doing? And so then I got to work backwards. See, what's going on with Tim? Why am I getting these messages about Tim? So that's where I see the press release that he paid somebody to put out in his name. But this was a story that broke 9 months ago. That's the part on it where I just personally was surprised when I started getting these messages about Tim. Hey, how's Tim doing? Oh my God, this is so bad for Tim. I hope people are watching over Tim. I hope all of those same things, but what would be the big deal about today if you got busted in something 9 months ago? Like, why would today be the big day? Just because you copped to it or you addressed it? Stolen valor is a tough one for me, and I will tell you why. I am a civilian. I didn't serve. So that community and those men and women have the right, like all communities, they have the right to have their own language, to have their own discipline, to have their own code. And because I didn't serve, I'm an outsider, but I feel like I'm objective. I feel like I would understand things. Maybe it's just because I watch a lot of Jocko and John McPhee videos, but I do feel that way. And 9 months ago, when this broke, and this was everywhere, and it turned out Tim was not overly popular with the guys, but it was still one of these things where you could check it. This isn't a secret if you win one of those awards. There is not doctor-patient privilege. Those things could be checked very easily. What did he say he did? Is he one of the people that did the thing that he said he did? Right? I mean, it's one of those deals that what took 9 months? And why do things change? Because he apologized. And why do you suppose he would make the claim? Now, I don't say this so that you will judge him. I have the exact opposite intent of my heart. I want you to accept his apology. I want you to forgive him. It's very common in human nature that no matter how many good things a person does, you'll remember the one bad. Whatever that may be. And it would just seem to me, even as a civilian and an outsider, boy, Tim Kennedy put some time in. I mean, he made some really big sacrifices, chunks of his life, that you can never get back. Like what you do with your time, if you keep repeating that to the end and then you die, it's called your life. And he used chunks of his time in his life serving. Right? He was serving. And he was protecting us. And while that community could have a different opinion, and they could be hard, and I would have to stay out of it. Whether I liked it or not, I am forced to stay out of it. But they didn't seem overly worked up about it. I'm just telling you on the pieces that I watched. They were pretty clear that, hey, man, we're not a huge fan of this guy. Tim apparently, from a team aspect, was not an overly nice guy to be around. All right? But he's a damn good war fighter, according to them. And he's a very decorated guy in what he did in the UFC, just for example. Like, he is not somebody that would need to add. The story as it happened is a wildly impressive story. So I don't fully know how we got here. But I would tell you, you're dealing with a guy who sacrificed and gave. You're dealing with a guy that comes from a sport, and CTE it's right. There's something to it. I don't know a lot about it. I don't know that I was ever hit. At least not clean. I don't ever remember even being hit. So I'm one of the other sides of it. But it has to do with the way that you fight. And I'm not offering that as an excuse for Tim. I'm just sharing with you that before we go and we point out a phrase that was wrong, according to Tim, according to the apology that I read today, no debate. It was wrong. It was inaccurate, according to Tim, but it was also regretted, and it would like to be omitted from the record. I would ask that you give that omission and you give the accepting of this apology very strong consideration.